So many of the people who come into the adult literacy program have very poor learning skills or study skills. There are lots that have had a pretty ragged history in school and just have never really learned a good, they don't really have a good study ethic. A lot of people I've noticed don't really get the idea that in order to progress academically, you need to do homework, you need to study, you need to know how to study for a test, you need to know how to make notes and refer back to your notes when you forget things and to study from your notes. And I discovered that I've had to teach these skills to most people from scratch. In my program for many years, I've had students keep a 3-ring binder that is organized into strictly into notes and handouts, not practice exercises, just notes and handouts, and to help them learn how to take better notes and also to study from their notes and what it's like to study for a test and review material for a test and how to do that in an efficient way. My favorite material for doing this is this little book called Brain Upgrade. 6 Weeks to a Brain Upgrade is the complete title. It's written by a woman named Dr. Janet Zadina. I discovered this book a number of years ago at an adult literacy conference, and Dr. Zadina was the keynote speaker. So that's where I first learned about this material. Dr. Zadina used to be an educator, and then she became a neuroscientist and decided to combine her two loves, education and neuroscience, or the study of the brain, and then became what kind of put those together so that she's now a she specializes in educational neuroscience. So what this book is about, I'll be able to explain it by showing you what the format of the lessons are like. So there's a lesson for each day of the week, 5 days per week, for 6 weeks. So there are a total of 30 lessons. And let's see, I'll go to this one right here. So most of the lessons are on one page only. Some of them spill over to another page, but most of them take up one page. Each lesson is organized into 4 sections: the research, so what, just do this, and reflect and connect. And so the research section always contains some research findings from the study of the brain that is applied to learning. So in the so what section, we take this research from brain science and then see how that's applied to what you can use that research to improve the way that you learn. It is very, very cool. And then in these final 2 sections, just do this is just a little suggestion on, if you don't do anything else, just do this. And then a reflection question at the end. But these 2 sections are great. And so each lesson is organized this way. The lessons are mostly quite short. You can easily do one in a session, a little class session. And I will say that, my phone battery is about to die. Let me get it plugged in. See if I can do this without wiggling my phone too much. Okay, there we go. Um, so the last year that I worked full time in this position, um, I went through this whole book with a class. There were about 4 or 5 people in that group that went through the whole book, and they liked it so much that each one of those bought a copy of the book to own. They liked it that well. I think it costs like about $18 or something like that. It's pretty little. It's pretty skinny, but it's kind of expensive for that amount of pages. But that's how well they liked it. And I don't know, I have about 10 copies or so of the book that that students can borrow. So anyway, I think this is one of the best ways to have an organized structure for embedding study skills and learning skills in the class based on Dr. Zadina's lessons.